fellow city planners, welcome to the channel and welcome to this brand new series of City Skylines 2. Maybe if you've watched my last video, but this is new. I'm going to start a completely new city with not having unlimited money, so I'm not going to have a sandbox mode here. My last video was sandbox-ish because I wanted to get familiar with the new mechanics, the new tools and such. City Skylines 1 was a great game and it has unlimited amount of mods to make it even more amazing, so you could do basically everything. That said is, now we don't have much mods or any mods, so we go with a vanilla game as it is right now, and we might to have some step backs, but anyway, let's start a new city. So I'm going to decide on which map I'm gonna take. My first try I had on the river delta. I liked that for having a very good climate, to low to very hot, and a buildable area of 42%, and basically all you need. I do like the sweeping plains, which look fairly cool as well. 31% of buildable area only. I'm not going to a hyper big city here. I'm going to have a slow grow series right here. So as you can see, there's not much difference. It's actually, even though it doesn't look like, the river delta seems to have more space actually, but I do like the mountains. I don't know, people, what are we going for? Let's keep it simple. Great Highlands or Lakeland. Either this or that. Come, I go sweeping plains. So the city name for now will be Paradise Falls. I like to have it a European theme for now. Natural disasters is not. Unlock all. So we have to work our game through. Let's start this beautiful adventure and I hope you like it. It's a slow grow game and I will pay a lot of attention to detail. Let's go. So let's check where we are. So there's the ocean, which is beautiful. This actually reminds me a lot of my home in southern Spain. Let me tweak the music a bit down so you guys can understand me. So save the game, stream cloud. So we only start with 500k. Apparently there's not much available to us. So actually we do have a highway here. The Strawberry Highway goes into Vermont Street, which is, I think, maybe our arterial, which means an arterial is basically, it included freeway and multi-lane highways and other important roadways that basically supplement the interstate system. They connect us directly as practical the nation principle urbanized areas, cities and industrial centers. So this could be a main road, but also could be a collector. It has only 2 lanes. So to begin with, I think we have to start and lay out a grid. So everything has upkeep, so I can just suggest you to pause the game before you start. And we really have to go into finances here and build a profitable city. The new road tools is, however, a bit different than what we had before. It gives a lot more options, but it also bends to the environment. So you can see already here, if you go in the If we go on the landscaping tool, that we have a slight difference here. However, I use the level tool. You can enlarge the brush size. I would recommend you to leave it as 50% strength. And now the key on using the terrain tool is go slow, because as you see this area of the circle, which is displayed, it will take the majority of the circle as reference. So if I go here, it will take the higher elements, and if I go here, it will take the lower elements as reference. And then you can left click, hold it, and just go slow there. As you see, it doesn't cost any money, but now you see how we push into the environment and already lift it. So reason for that is I usually don't like to do that because it's not very natural, but on some point we have to start a city, and I want to get as much as possible out of the area we have available. And if I go with this really, it's a big high difference actually, 10 meters difference, I don't know. You see, now I went too fast and I got the unwanted high. So I'm just gonna level out what I think I need for the beginning, and then I'm gonna soften the edges, which is perfectly fine here. Done. The key I want to have here is a realistic city, and I don't want to make it too unnatural. So I really do like the mountainside over here, and I hope we can keep as much as possible from our city. So now I'm going to extend the, let's call this the collector for now, as we might want to upgrade this street in the future. You see there's already a, that's weird. It seems already a bit off, but anyway. So then we have the local roads, which is a 2-lane road, and we will just meet here, 90 degrees and 90 degrees. So we have to lay out a grid first before we actually start the map. And maybe this is a suburb area. The downtown of my city will possibly be later on here when we are a bit advanced. We need a small harbor, which I think this bay there on the mountain is perfect for, or actually a bit more here to the left side can be an industrial area. So we have suburbs here. So this will be a very rural area without much to it. So in terms of City Skylines has a very good thing added to this game. So you see the three small pipes below the street, which is water, electricity and sewage, and so you don't have to care about that at all. But carefully, it only counts for normal streets and not for highways though. So we have the collector here, the people drive into the city, maybe here's a bit of a commercial area, the building will be here, and I'm trying to get the grid. Even though I have selected European, I hope I've selected European, it's a bit difficult to build a city based on, like European cities are usually very ancient, if you want so, like old cities. Say they are basically built around marketplaces, which were built around the first churches back in the day. So there's not much city planning going on in the, like European cities, at least the old city centers, are basically built in medieval times, and there were no traffic and no cars, so they had a different approach of building cities. So the circle here really helps us to keep track, to build a, you could also remember how much money you are spending, so that can certainly help. And maybe I'm even going to do one-ways here. So for length, 224. 224, which is perfectly fine. Connect here. Connect here. So we have to be watching our money. Streets are actually not that. And now you see it goes uphill already. So we do have circles available. What I would like to do in the beginning is to actually build a street around the whole thing. So in the most villages is the problem is that you have one arterial road, and if you want to go from the bottom left to the top right of the city, you always have to cross arterial roads and the inner city and stuff like that. So I actually want to build somewhat a turnaround here. So right at the beginning of my city, I'm trying to get a hold of this. Okay. It will be not curved, but it will certainly be the beginning of a roundabout. So I can place community buildings and stuff like this on this. I don't know if you want to call this, let's call it collector from here on. This the arterial, which will get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I leave space here because I might enlarge it later. The street, like 2 lanes more or such. Okay, I think also back here is our energy coming from, so I really need this to go here. And here we come already on our edge. You can actually extend your now this is a city information, underground. So I need a tiny village to enlarge my map. It's okay, totally fine. And I'm gonna build a bit further, I think. There you see. The terrain, it's really dictates what we're going to do with our streets. All the lines really help to actually build a symmetric city, and which is good. I think 3.5 blocks. I'm just gonna copy that here and sorry, and really go here to build the collector. It looks weird, but it's because the environment actually changes height. So we have options to go further here. I would like to have a bit of industrial area here at the river, not too much. Maybe we go actually the highway anyway will be enlarged during the game, and we will have some kind of industry in this area. Maybe even a geothermal plant later on. I don't see any water resources here right now. Maybe I need to do this. So we could have a geothermal plant here or there. I don't know what's big enough, but it should be somewhere in this area. So we can certainly go for industry level here. And because I do not want the industry trucks go through the whole city, I'm going to build this roundabout, but we have time for that later. So let's leave enough space. It's really hard to find a good angle here. What do you... I have a bad sense for that. 145 should be...
You're listening to Second Moon, the epitome of classical listening at home, or wherever you...
360 divided by 4. 180 divided is 90, or 270. 90 plus 45. 135 should be fine. I think that's a decent angle. Especially when you go and enlarge on the roads. It looks really stupid when they become bigger. So this is our grid we will start with. The more streets the better isn't actually true, because they all cost money. So here we are. So we can build a transformer station here. Go a little bit tilted. And this is a first beginning. As for water goes, I don't think we will get any water here. So we need actually a water pumping station. First of all, a small one. There's not much movement in the river, so we will go just here. And have a small road attached to it later. Maybe here. Also possible to have a groundwater pumping station, which would be needed there, but we have no time for that now. As we don't have a sewage outlet, and I cannot tell where the water comes from here, it usually should show me. We need to get rid of the water as well. Ah, there it goes. So the water goes here. So actually when you do stuff like this, the sewage outlet should obviously be behind the freshwater supplies, because otherwise you would just get... Oh, maybe let's move this a little bit. Put it here. There's enough distance between it, and then just go a local street, small street here. Technical supply road. Could even be such road, which is also cheaper. Unfortunately I build it right now, but it's totally fine. So this is it fine now. So we have water, we have sewage, but unfortunately, it comes with a supply. This is good. And now we can start actually building small, low density housing. So we can actually go a bit wild here, since I would go to the lower side here. Extend it a bit. We already spent 100k just on streets. This is becoming not very accurate, so the top view really helps to do it. The reason why I start to the south is actually because we will have industry over here. Now let's take a look. If we go the wind turbine, actually the wind comes from there, and if I place my industry here, the houses here will be free from poisoned air, so we can go here. The Holly Street, as it is our collector, will have some commercial areas, so I start here and just go and click myself through it. Maybe one last street to rule them all, and close it here. Perfectly fine. You always can switch between the architectures. And now let's see. We can actually use some upgrades here. Every house is every functional house is actually upgradable. So these upgrades do cost money, and they increase the upkeep, the water output, and the pollution is lowered. Now we have an upkeep of 10 grand a month. If, I don't know, an additional pump, 7,000, seems to be like 17,000. It's a really high increase. The outer water output would be higher, but eventually we have a small village and don't need it. Can I upgrade this? So here we can actually do a settling tank. So we want to do that. But where does it go? In water? Okay. That's costly for now. No, we don't need it. So we go play for the first time, people. So, and as you can see, people directly move in and they build their homes pretty quickly. So here we go. We need a bit of milestones to unlock stuff. Electricity network online gives us XP. Yeah, we obviously have no own electricity, so we have to import it, which is actually something we should get rid of as soon as possible, because energy is a really high cost factor. So we actually need this very big power plant, the geothermal plant, as quick as possible. Wind turbines are fine though, but I find them ugly and annoying, even though green energy should be the key, so I'll wait for the geothermal plant. Skip forward a bit. So right now you can see that we have a bad balance because we are losing money. An hour. We lose 444 an hour. That's not nice. So our demand for industry and actually commercial areas grow as our people grow, as our rural area grows. And now we can still not unlock anything here. So I like to play around with the marquee tool here. So let's go 3-3. And have some smaller commercial areas here. Maybe this one not. Let's keep it like this. Now we go industrial. So for now, and this is what I was talking when I talked about medium modes, I want to have a turnaround, which means that I will close the city here on the hill. I will try to stay on 90 degree. And now yeah, I might switch that later to be one-way streets. Maybe I even need... So let's get some industry here. Let's do this road a favor and make it immediately big, because we will have trucks here. I don't want to have traffic jams, or even though it's a small area down here.
You're tuned into second
And we will have another function building here, so this should work now. So as we have a collector here, should try and actually connect this. So right now it's time to think about roundabouts. I think especially on the collector we do need it. I actually do not want to have so high density here. Wonder if this is too far away to work. Let's see. Obviously, if you add roundabouts, you always go at the cost of zoning. But it's like a small suburban area, so I hope that's totally fine. Let's speed up the game a bit. So the demand for I could now start and go here. And again, always check the wind. So even if you put let's say industry up to here, you can still build houses here and there, because the wind actually carries the pollution somewhere else. So now it's time to let grow. Yeah, City Skylines is actually a beautiful game if you want. So we have the small rural area, small industrial area here. The major main downtown city will be somewhere there, as I said, behind the river. So I can actually play with the mountain, play with the river a bit, with this bay, at a beach maybe, some tourism. And just starting out with the rural areas here, and maybe even, or we start downtown here maybe, like on this delta. It looks kind of amazing. Still we're losing money here. So I shouldn't go too far behind here, because otherwise I will maybe even lose contact with my industry. So really going for a double quotient here. So these are actually 6. So I can now go and try maybe 12. Trying a bigger block right now. Yeah. So that's all small houses, one family houses. The industry there doesn't really bother me for now. Maybe I can get even cleaner industry right here, but never know. So I go 6 by 6 blocks. Let's see what happens. I think I built too much industry right now, but no problem. We can fix that later. So I'm gonna fulfill the commercial areas up to the collector street. We could need a police station or such. I should be able to do some progression right now. And let's take a look what we get. So we do actually need a city roundabout. And also the industry needs a single attachment to the highway. So you looking forward to this city to grow to $1 million metropol region. You should actually already think about on the highway structure and stuff like this. So yeah, so we will have some highway out here to give the industry a bit of exit. So now we get the first problems. People already die? Maybe I should go slow. Letting a little bit of XP is missing. So let's see what we can do here. Ah, there's a road. It will be demolished soon. That's sad. Let's take a look at the zoning. Oh, I destroyed the zoning actually with my build. Let's try if we can replace this. No, we can't, so I will just delete this road. Actually, we also don't need it. Zoning is intact. And we just leave it. So we will actually fulfill our grid here. I do not like this grid style villages. It's just so everything looks same, if you know what I mean. Not really enjoyable though. So, tiny village, we have that. So we got 600k as a reward and one of these small dots and 3 progressional panel. So we got this. Development points 1. Expansion permits, so I can buy 3 new map tiles. I can loan. Taxation, medium density housing, which is good for us, which would be next. And now I got this, basically our rewards. Healthcare, daycare. So we will go with that now. So we press pause and see what we can do here. So healthcare and death care is important. Death care first of all. We need a progression node. So let's see, tiny village, developments. We have actually to put nodes in order to proceed with the game. And now we need the garbage management. Costs us 2. And I want to go for death care. Crematorium. Unlock. We can have a hospital later. Let's see. So death care first. Crematorium. Especially at this side of the city will be a bit difficult. This cannot be a whole industrial area since we are going to have air pollution running all the way down there. So we will have it somewhere here. And then we have a cemetery, which can be built next to the river. I think that's a beautiful place to have a final rest. Now our costs will go really, really high. So we do need a medical clinic. And I think I've not left enough space here. So I will put it right here on the collector. When you come in the city. So that's for now.
You're tuned into Second Moon, the channel where the classics never grow old.
So what we can do here
The
is
leader of the City Services Division is with us in the studio today to talk about
more
how
hearses.
they're contracting with outside agencies to provide vital services for our residents. Isn't that going
So
to
we have more
cost
cars
Mr.
available.
Councilman?
Oh, well, quite frankly, yes. It is an additional expense, but the residents have come to expect a certain level of services, and we simply do not have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed if key services became unavailable. Their quality of life is very important to them.
But so is their money. We'll be back after this.
So we do need a quick upgrade though. Now we actually need medium density housing, and I will put this in the quarters here, I think. Maybe I will leave space for a park or such. So actually I was planning to do it here. I need to cut from my industry though. Okay, so if I go industry up to here, I should stop building. So my industry cut will be here, so it will not affect, the pollution will not affect. You see, when I build here, everything goes here, and I can still build residential areas and stuff like this, so that is fine. So we start here with density, medium density raw housing. We'll also put it possibly here. Possibly there. Gonna have a park in the middle of such. Let's see how this houses look before we proceed further. Take a look at the wind again. So if I build here, I can even go and build one more tile here. Maybe this will be as you see, I can build really carefully around this. Do I actually delete houses if I go place a roundabout here? Yes, I will. Okay. Should have thought about that earlier, but I think once we go into traffic planning and replace this street with some one-way driving, we can get rid of a lot of traffic issues here, because we have 4 lanes right now, which means like main lanes, 2 in, 2 out, so we can perfectly play around with 4x4 1-lane streets. So let's see that we reach the progression level 2, and then that's it for this episode. Paradise Falls is my city, and I hope you like it so far. As I'm new to gaming content, I would be happy to receive your comments or critique in the comment section below. I used to have a German tabletop channel with Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, stuff like this, but as I'm not having time for that anymore, and gaming I can do wherever I want to, so I would highly appreciate if you would support my channel and let me know what I could do better. So now come people, Paradise Falls is rising, and we could already see the population growing, and we need some economy. So we have taxes here. I cannot work on my taxation yet, but I could take loans, which I do not want. So my income is only the half of what my expenses are, and that is terrible. That's why that's because I do not use all the roads, but I wanna increase it to a 3-lane road also, and increase the size of the roundabout. So that's not a point here. Let's see what our demands are. Level 1. So let's see how we could raise. We need far more people. So we do need to care about garbage, a landfill. That should not pollute too much actually. But you shouldn't build in this area anymore. I could maybe come away with some low budget housing. So this will actually be, even though the river is a nice area, I will actually do a landfill here. And oh, okay, that's right. But first, I don't want to get too big here. Maybe I want to build around with some lower office stuff like this. I don't know, maybe I should go here. Okay. So I've done that. So here's like a bit of a rock and roll area up here. But I think we're fine. Give me a sec. Yeah, as you can see, the demand for low density residential demand is rising. So we are actually not building row houses because it's medium density. I want to build row houses here and actually break the grid a little bit. But for now, that's not gonna happen. So I do need some more, maybe here. And as I said, I'm gonna break the grid here to the right a little bit to fulfill some demands. Light raise and industrial demand. I'm carefully with the industrial demand, I'm just always adding 6x6 grids. It also doesn't look really beautiful, so I guess I have to put a forest in between that just to get rid of that. I'll make it a bit cleaner. So what can we do? What else could I unlock here? A map tile I could buy to fulfill my circle actually. Water treatment just costs us money. Gas power plant. Moderate pollution. Maybe I should try to go for a gas power plant because buying energy is really expensive and I need 2 development points for that, so that's not gonna happen now. So let's see if I can add some trees here. Should be for free, I guess. Oh, it actually costs money? Okay, I think they are growing, so let's try that out. Let's wait. Don't want to waste unnecessary money here. So everyone wants to live in low density buildings, but don't think we can afford it. To upscale my city to this area. So let's see if we can extend it a bit. Actually, I wanna keep the cost low, so I would like to use the streets I have already. Every street costs money. If we go further here, we will have just more traffic, so I will just try to get more on the 4-lane road. So we do extend here. And it goes uphill, which is not good. And it goes heavily uphill. So we actually should fix it a little bit to our demands. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to terraforming, level terrain tool, and then just push it back. It becomes more and more natural because the height is there. You cannot just deny it. So we might have to create a bit of a stairwell to create more of a natural softening here.
That was truly superfluous. Masterful counterpart.
This could be another district actually, like the high hills. So the happiness is increased.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently
I do like this.
We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Let's see where we
Welcome,
can go.
Professor. So a housing shortage is bad
So we go
for
here.
people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed
I like
to
that they
desire
have
certain
actually the news
oriented
covering the
relations
topics of the
with
city.
ideological rewards
It's a really nice addition.
which are entirely apart from the actual
So here.
rewards enjoyed.
And now we have to figure out how we can put a normal local road in order to supply both. This is not a good construction here,
Metrics perhaps, yes, in the
but I
short
think I
run.
need it this way.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human
Thank you, Professor.
So
It is a question of
I actually
priority.
built this too close, so maybe we can move it a bit. Move it there. Add another roundabout here. And then I can... Should I delete it? I think this spacing is too slow. I might even kill this switch. Let me try something. You know, maybe we do this. Should make this a collector, maybe? I don't think so. So we'll break the grid here, as promised. Take a look at the wind, and I'm totally fine here. They will not be affected by pollution anyhow. So we need some more commercial areas. I'm just gonna fill out the complete area here. I wanna leave the collector basically for even more. I wanna park here, I said. So another 6 by 6. Maybe I'm just breaking grid a bit. So let's see how employees, As long as we have open capacities in the industry, I'm not gonna build new industry. So let's see. Maybe we can add a small commercial area here. Like where people can buy stuff and such. But we have it here already. Maybe a park. Wouldn't hurt to have some commercial areas up here and make another close of the... Let's try this. So at some point I have to make actually a little bit of money. But for now it just looks like we're spending and spending and spending. We have 109 people living in this small village, which is not a lot. We don't even have a school. So this 100% efficiency. So we possibly need to upgrade this on 7,000 a month. Ooh, that's expensive. I don't know if that 36k a month is a new upkeep or an additional. Because this is only an additional. I think I'm just gonna... I have 0 patience. Anyway, efficiency 100% is okay. Go a bit faster. And we can actually connect here to have an out at the collector street and add some housings. I see we need more industry, so right now might be a good time to buy more tiles, and this is the one we need. Purchase, and maybe even purchase. It has no upkeep, so that's good. And now we might be able to finish our so 135, right? And here we are. This is our roundabout around the city. We can now add industry. So the housing demand goes back. I could really use an upgrade here. So we have down by the river. Yeah, the pollution I do not approve. But anyhow, these are working in our favor. So I did get a lot of XP right now. Could make the next jump. Just a bit of XP is missing. Like 1 XP missing, like come on. So important note right here is I will not connect this part of the city. Small village. So we gained money again, got rewards. So we go 700k, 2 development points, and expect and new permits. Medium density housing, education and research is there, elementary school, high school. That's good. And I'm thinking to go for gas. What do I need for a geothermal power plant? All the previous nodes. But I have it. Oh, I need the battery station. Okay, we possibly need to wait until the next upgrade. Water treatment plant costs 2 as well. Hospital costs 2. That's all expensive, man. Anyhow, we continue with our journey here. Oops. Really building up the hill here. So we're closing in here, and this will be maybe like commercial area or just something in between the houses and the pollution. Let's see if we are saving. No, actually it's not. It should actually autosave, but let's do it. So we have 1 point left, and we will leave that open to us. Demand for industry now grows really fast. But we need a bit more qualified people. So we need 2 elementary schools, I would say, and 1 high school. It's a lot of space. Makes sense to build that next to a collector. Level up. And high school. I don't like to have it like... High school could be here. So that's good. But that's all stuff which is gonna cost us money. So actually not too happy about that. I don't even know if that's enough of space for a geothermal plant, or if I need that area there. But we're going to build towards this. So really can suggest you to go a lot of bigger roads on industry areas, but for now I think that's it.
You're back with Second Moon Radio, your second musical home from home. So settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for another hour of musical delight.
We will care about traffic later,
we are doing a musical
but having that in mind, I try to really keep it
Land
simple.
of art and culture. Que bon, as they said. And an aria inspired by the
So we do have new residential zones.
beyond.
medium density housings.
The leader of the city services division is with us
I
in
wanna
the
build that
studio
here.
today to talk about why they're contracting with outside agencies to provide vital services for our residents. Isn't that
we
going
do
to be
need-
costly, Mr. Councilman?
Oh,
I'd like to have a
quite frankly,
roundabout here,
yes,
actually.
It is an additional expense, but the residents have come to expect a certain level of services, and we simply do not have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed if key services became unavailable. Their quality of life is very important.
Another medical
But
clinic, I
so
think.
is
It's
the need.
necessary.
We'll be back after this.
Might be lots of budgeting, but like I could put it here so you can die and directly go to the cemetery. It's not really well. Yeah, you cannot just work around that. You need really good. We still have no better areas here. So let's see what we're gonna put here. Completely here. Let's say. So what we have here is another really not nice. I like the forest. Actually, you could make a park out of that. Soften terrain tool. Make it appear a bit more natural, perhaps. Also here, level it out a bit. Maybe the brush is a bit too big for our residential area. And now soften. Yep. That's totally fine for me. I mean, it's a bumpy area, right? So, gotta live with that though. So now we have nightfall. We're level 2, almost level 3. And I think that's a beautiful sign of finish this episode. So we're going to take a wide look on our city. See where it's going. We wait nightfall, take a look at night, and then we are going to finish this. So I could actually extend the living area, so basically the residential zones, up to here. Have some eventful stuff here in the park, larger industrial area and the power plant here or there. And we have some agro industry maybe here. Increase the highway capacity, add one collector here and another arteria. Well, this is actually arteria, so I have to enlarge the street. And these are arterias. These are collectors, and this should be the arterial. And then we need, sorry, highway access here, there, and there. I don't know what that means. Let me quickly fix it. So this city is noisy. Yeah, we need parks. Commercial areas are required still.